Hello, and welcome to Photigy Q&A, Photigy School of Photography question and answer and review and critique webinar. We do it every every Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm Alex Koloskov, your host. Let me switch to desktop. And guys, how you doing? Hope everything is fine. And today we do not have new submissions to review, so it will be short unless there are questions. Will be relatively short webinar. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how to use one of applications that we have on NeuroWiz AI, okay, your AI photographer. Some of these applications really made not for photographers, but for people who just want to create nice photos without much knowledge of how to do this. But some of these applications are really made for photographers. One of them is this guided splash generator. So, hello, Alisa. Let me refresh. You don't have anything, right? Yeah, anything for me to review. But I was playing with this splash creator because the challenging part was to create a splash that looked like a splash using splash editor, and I was kind of doing different things, and now I know how to do this, so I'm going to show you, okay? Because before this it wasn't easy. So this application, this particular one, using our own model, Stable Diffusion model that we've been trained on. In this case, it's chocolate splashes, but it will work for different ones, but not clear. So any liquid that thick and not clear will work here. And I can tell you that things that you can do with this, there is no other application that can do it for you, meaning that you have a subject and you can create splash around it, and subject will be the same. You know, it's not gonna change the subject. Really, it's not Midjourney, it's not DALL-E, it's nothing, because they just generate something for you based on the prompt. This is different. Anyway, let me show you. So let's say you have, well, it can be anything, but let's start with cookies. So you have cookies. I have this picture of cookies. I just pulled it somewhere from internet, even without removing background. And I want to place it somewhere in the middle of the frame. Again, it could be landscape. Well, we can try landscape. Actually, I never tried landscape. Let's try it. It will be fun. So I position somewhere here. We have guided lines, a rule of third, right? And it's not just for fun there, it's for you to, well, if you're a photographer, you know it, but if you're not, these lines where you're supposed to put your subject on the intersection of those lines. It's called golden section or a rule of thirds, okay? Not in the center. I mean, you can do it in the center if you know what you're doing. But in this case, let's have it like this. And the prompt will be chocolate splash around subject, okay? The background could be purple or light, I don't know, green. Let's do green. No, green, and no, it's not good. What could be good with chocolate? Red, maybe. Light red background. And here is splash editor. Okay, so this is the most interesting part, where you create a splash. And let's have splash like this, right? The main thing here, I used to do like that. I used to create splash by doing this kind of things, okay? And the issue is this, because as you see, the brush has, opacity is not 100%, and it has like a different thickness. Unfortunately, Stable Diffusion in many cases was thinking that it's sort of like a bubble. So if I create a splash like this, let's say if I want to have it like around subject somewhere, it will make really like a bubbles. It's nice, it's like really chocolate, but it doesn't look like a splash, a real splash. So the true thing, how we do it, you go and you have relatively high thickness, okay? and relatively big thickness. And you create with one big motion, you create the kind of the body of your splash. So you do like this. Let's say somewhere like that, okay? And then you make smaller brush. Opacity could be relatively high still. And then you can create these little things that may look like, you know, the real splash. It has little thingy that kind of comes out from the big chunk of liquid. So this is what you do here, okay? Again, it's better to be more careful of, because I kind of do it maybe not so careful. But when you do this way, hello Shivu. So we're creating splashes here. Okay. So you're making something like that, okay? It's not going to be the same shape, as you understand, because shape is just terrible. I mean, it cannot really replicate it, because I'm not a painter. I mean, I'm not a good artist on creating things with my hand. I need a camera for this. But we have shape editor, we have prompt, we have our subject. And now, well, all this optional. Let's just hit generate image. And wait for, let's see. Yeah, for like 30 seconds. Okay. So it's basically done it. Now it's sent into the server. Now one more generation. Okay. So as you see, the splash, well, it's actually close to what I created. But because it's nice and thick, I probably can do better in terms of making the ends of each little droplet smaller. But even like this, you see, it's really nice and thick chocolate. Yes, it's really nice. Again, I need to be more careful of creating the shape. I'll play with it for you. But the main thing is to have relatively high opacity. So before this, I wasn't doing correct things even when I was playing. We need tutorial on this, of course. On every application, it will be tutorial. Let's try to, well, let's just download and open it in to see, because the web version is not that good. So actual size, this is our actual size. And you see that chocolate, again, if you try to create chocolate splash with anything, Midjourney did probably the best one. It's not gonna do it for you like this. Splash, because it's more like a prompt-based splash, is for AI, it's something that hits the surface and it again get bomb, the splash. Splash in the air, we train the model. This is why it looks that good. And if you, we also actually updated the post-processing of the subject. If you look at the subject, it's super sharp and nice. It's even sharper than the source one. So it really improves it. Okay. Then we can play a little bit more with shape editor if you like in general this splash. But for example, if I really want to have this thingy to be small, nice, I'll try. Maybe it will be even worse, but that's probably too small. So, well, you really need to play with this to make it look nicer. And I don't know, we could have this splash created, I mean, just like a image upload, when you can create a splash in Photoshop or whatever with the brush, with everything. But I don't think it's many people will use it, so we're not really using this. Okay, so let's try instead of chocolate. For example, this was trained on chocolate. However, it may work with not chocolate but something else. So let's try whipped cream, right? Whipped cream splash around subject. whipped cream, sorry, not whipped cream, yeah. Light blue background. Actually, no, I like red. Red is cool. Maybe chunks of chocolate around. So maybe pieces of chocolate, and we can again we can play with these pieces of chocolate. We can make them. That's big. Unfortunately, we don't have a eraser, so it should be something smaller. So more like, let's create those chunks of chocolate around. Okay, so it will be a lot of little pieces of chocolate, hopefully, and generate. Yes, it's always like compromise between the shape that created by user and more photorealistic shape. Unfortunately, when we give too much freedom to AI, it will create like different shape, which is not nice. So we more like sticking to what user created. So we need to play a little bit, do a little bit better job on creating this. Okay, actually it's still, because it was chocolate and chocolate, so lots of chocolate, half of the splash is chocolate, right? Half of it it's whipped cream, which could be good, and chunks of chocolate kind of looks a little bit strange. We can just do regenerate. You understand that every generation is unique. So every image you cannot really make the same, even with exactly the same thing. If you hit regenerate, it will create a different image with all the same inputs. And well, this is the beauty of AI, because it's all unique. Every time it's quite unique. We need to put a little tutorial. Yeah, it's not here yet. We're changing interface so often that well, tutorials, I need to do it again and again, the new one, because we change interface to make it better. It's still really better, you understand it. Okay, so different shape, as you can see. Probably to change it from being chocolate, and actually it's on the surface, almost like on the surface with shadows, which is a little bit crazy. It's not nice, but why not? We can try different. Let's see if we can choose. Let's get the yogurt. Okay, so we have yogurt, and now without any chocolate, let's do this yogurty thingy. So we have yogurt here, and it will be whipped cream splash around subject, light red background, and then whipped cream splash and strawberries. Okay, around the subject. Light red background. Shape editor, let's try to do a new one, just for the sake. So again, the first thing is the body of the shape, which could be maybe somewhere like this, right? Thick one. And then the smaller one, kind of droplets coming here and there, right? So it should really look like a splash. And of course, strawberries. We can draw strawberries. We don't need them to be too much, too large, too small. And another thing, when you use this application, I do not tell that this is yogurt. You do not need to tell it about the subject in the prompt. In the prompt, you shouldn't mention it, because in many cases, many instances, it's going to create whatever you told it beside the subject. So it may end up having two different yogurts flying around. So you just say subject. Okay, subject, it's fine. It will understand because there is a subject there. So we send this picture of yogurt anyway to AI, but you don't need to mention it. If you will mention it, you may end up having it. duplicate. I mean, different one. It will be completely generated. So let's see. Okay, so this is nice. Wow, this is actually really nice. The strawberry is really good. Yogurt is actually good too. Why not? The splash is wow. I mean, it's real splash. This is what I mean. I wish I can take pictures of this splash like this. So now you can download it, or you can upscale. If you run upscale, it's interesting thing. Upscale actually, it creates 10 megapixel image. Okay, actually 12 megapixel. It will be 3300 by almost 400 pixel image, which is nice. What it's doing beside upscaling, it changes it a little bit. It's kind of making smoothing out with splash. I don't know. We'll see how it will work. But interesting thing with upscale, any upscales that we have on applications, it polish metal. It polish any scratches on the subject. It also can kill some details. However, let's say if you have something that without much details, like this pen, or let's say the jewelry, some ring or whatever, which doesn't have gemstone, it's just metal, and it's not nice metal. Let's say it's scratches. When you run it through application, you generate some around it, some background, digital background, and then when you do upscale, it will polish that metal. I'll show you in a moment. So this is large image. I'll download it to show you how big it is. Okay. So this is the image, and if I can switch to actual size, so this is the actual size. Okay. That's funny that, wow, this is cool. Some of the strawberries are sharp in focus, some of them a little bit blurry, like in real photography, because they're a little far away. Wow, that's crazy how it knows. This is why I love this. As you can see, it changes a little bit the subject, so you may need to do the masking if it's super, I mean, if you need to preserve details. It changes text a little bit. This is unfortunate. This is how upscale works, because we have small image as the source. You understand that when I was uploading the image, it was 1000 pixel wide. Of course, when you stretch it 3 times, you're gonna lose something. So there is Photoshop required, but anything that generated looks really nice. Okay, and this is big image. This is something that you can use. Well, I'm not sure about big prints, but you can use it anywhere online, right? For the client, you can do post-production on it. It's a PNG file, right? It's 24-bit PNG file, so that's very good quality image. Okay. And talking about polishing metal, I'll show you something. I did this test. Okay. So I have this ring. It's like $5 ring from Amazon, and it was really beaten, so it's really in a bad shape. I download it. Will show you the as is image before the upscale. Okay. So hopefully you will see, or even on this, you see how bad it is. I mean, it's really, the metal looks just crazy. It has some spots, some blemishes, some, I know, really bad. This is photography. I mean, I just took this photo, right? The rest is generated, and actually nice generated. And then I run upscale. This one is upscaled image, and I'm going to download to show you how this upscale basically cleaned the bad metal. Not everything cleaned, but it did really good job on that. So actual size. Look at this, all this metal. It's polished. It's unfortunately it changed a little bit. It kind of removed details from gemstones. Yes, this is inevitable. I mean, it's like other side of all this. However, if you know how to do composing in Photoshop, you can polish metal this way, and then just put the subject on top and bring gemstones on this. All the details that you want to preserve, you can just use composite image. So you bring it from photo. That really works really nice. And soon we'll release application where you can mask areas that you want to to polish. It will be almost like in Photoshop, but it's AI polishing. So you mask it and then run it, and it will be there. We're actually working on additional category for applications which will be for photographers. So it will be more advanced. It will have like controls about sharpness, brightness, all kind of things, almost like a Photoshop. Okay. So this is what it is. Another application that I think really will be interesting for photographers is this one, guided photo generator. It's very similar to Splash, but we're not using our model trained on Splash. It's just a generic stable diffusion with our program that kind of make it work. But here is 1 second. Here is something where you can control the shape of the generation, right? So like with that watch, let's say I have this watch as an example. I put the watch, and on the shape editor, same thing. If you want to have it nice and smooth, you need to make relatively high opacity, thick brush. And if you want to generate something, you can show how you want to generate it. Like on that example, a log file or driftwood. So if I want the watch like this, is it 1 second? Yeah, like that. Okay. So I want driftwood to go across this way because of the shape of the subject, right? So I'm creating this shape, and if it's driftwood, I want it to have some, chunks of things sticking out, right? Okay. So the watch, and then driftwood, and the watch around the driftwood. And here we need to tell, of course, subject on driftwood, right? Top-down shot, top-down photo. This is important to tell because otherwise it will try to shoot it like a straight, kind of. This is top-down. I want it to look on top, so top-down photo. Okay. Subject on dark driftwood, top-down photo. Water around. Let's have some like outdoor type of thing, right? This is all optional. Okay. By default, don't turn it on. If you see that it's kind of too empty scene, you can turn it on. This thing, when it's called extra artistic vibrant, it will be more like Midjourney type of image. You will see Midjourney has a distinctive look. It's super bright. It's nice. So if you want the kind of look, you can check it out. I mean, check the checkbox. So let's see what it will do. Okay. Okay. So we have water, we have driftwood, the way that we draw it, right? And this is the beauty, again, this is the beauty of this application. And it's actually nice. Wow, I like it. You can just regenerate for different things, or let's try to do this without changing anything else. Let's turn extra artistic, just to see what this thing will do, okay, to the scene. So if I would be you, a photographer who want to use this application instead of digital background when you do, shoot in the studio. Okay, so it didn't change too much. It changed the color, it changed everything. Well, just a different, but I like without it. Okay, so this, by the way, this if you need like a studio photography type of shot, this will, especially if you add bright or white in the prompt, it will be, well, you can almost do like shooting table type of images. It will be empty, it will have lots of whites. So this is for like to mimic studio environment. Okay. So let's play with something else. I have this Fahrenheit, right? I want to have landscape, and I can do just smart editor, right? I can generate whatever you want, but let's have it here. I want to have, let's say, flowers somewhere. So I go to shape editor, and I can just create a little flower in the vase. For example, I want to have here to be the flowers, especially on this place. I can do it with prompt, but here I want to have like a vase, right? Again, the shape of this stuff, if you're not sure, I mean, if you can do really precise, you lower opacity, thickness, and then it will be like a blurry surrounding, right? If you want to have something sharp, you do sharp. So I have this flower, right? And actually it's not flower. Yeah, let's do it different. And then some table. No, I'm going to draw table. And actually, you know what? Let's try to do table. So table will be really thick, some sort of like that surface, okay? Okay, it's not uniform, so it may be issue. It may be issues, but we'll see. Okay, and the prompt, let's have it like this. Sunny living room, right? Glass table, small lemon tree on the right, bright window on the left. So I'm trying to describe the scene, and also I created this sketch. Let's try to generate it. Oh man. Lemon tree is there, but we have all kind of stuff around, which, well, I don't really like much. So I guess I need to have better prompt, and that's crazy. This one, the scaling is big issue here, right? So you need to do a better prompt, or maybe different shape editor. Instead of sunny living room, let's have just a glass table. because sunny living room, it was the first, right, in the prompt. First sentence, first words have more weight than the rest. So it starts from making the room, and we actually need table, glass table with perfume. Let's do it. We'll try to mention it on it. Small lemon tree. Okay. Well, lemon tree is not good. It's still it thinks that it's large. So lemon is not gonna work. Let's have just flowers. Flowers. Orange flowers on the left. Oh, sorry, on the right. We'll try. Okay, that's better. That's actually what I was kind of thinking. So it has flowers where I put them, it has table where I draw it, and the rest was from a prompt. So this way you can influence generation using this, it's called guided shape generation. Okay. Alrighty, that's it for now, for today. Feel free to explore the rest. It's fun. And I'll see you next Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for coming in. Oh, happy Thursday. Бусинка, спасибо. Happy Thursday. Yeah, that's a beautiful day today. It's a really beautiful day. So, have fun, guys. See you next Thursday. Bye.